Namaste, everyone. Welcome to the weekend, or whatever day you're doing it on. Today is going to be all about, you knew it had to be coming, core. So we're going to utilize the core in a few different ways. In our salutations, we're going to add a different back bend into it that will also add a little bit of a core strengthening component. We're going to move in and out of our standing poses in a different way to utilize some core movement. And then we will do a few things towards the end of some standard crunches and that kind of thing. So we're going to work a lot of planks to work front, side, and back core. So without further ado, let's go ahead and find the top of our mat. So we're just going to go through 3 variations on sun salutation A. So we're not going to do the chaturanga up dog or the cobra. We're going to do something different here. So hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, dive out over your legs. Halfway up on that inhale. On the exhale as you fold, let's step back to our plank pose. Now we're going to come down differently than we have been doing. So you're going to bring your knees to your mat first and go ahead and uncurl your toes. And then just kind of melt the thighs, the hips, the belly. When that bottom rib lands, shift your elbows forward so they're up under your shoulders. So it's Sphinx pose. So it's a slightly different back bend. It gives you a little bit of a stretch across this front core area. Now we're going to work our feet close to each other. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Press your elbows into the mat. And just lift your belly off the floor. So you're not going into plank pose. You're still in this shape of Sphinx. 2 more breaths. Then we'll let the belly come back down. Slide those hands under the shoulders. Tabletop or plank to down dog. 3 breaths here in down dog. Then look up at the top of your mat. Right foot, left foot forward. Halfway up on your in-breath. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the chest. 2 more times like this. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive out over your legs. Halfway up on that in-breath. Exhale as you fold. Left foot, followed by right foot, into plank pose. Then we're going to melt down into Sphinx pose. Again, option to stay here and just work the back bend, or to lift that belly, or to press those feet into the floor and lift the belly and the hips off your mat into sort of a hovering Sphinx situation here. Another inhale. Exhale, bring it all down. Hands under those shoulders. Back to downward facing dog. When you exhale in this down dog, think about really drawing that belly in and up. And that becomes sort of bonus core work. Because who doesn't want that? Then look up at the top of your mat. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Halfway up on that inhale. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. 1 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive out over your legs. Halfway up on the inhale. Exhale, right foot, left foot back. Melt down into your Sphinx pose. Roll those shoulders back and down. Draw in that low belly, then those hips, maybe those upper thighs, but keep looking forward. It's hard to talk and do this at the same time, so forgive me. Then we're going to bring it down. Hands under those shoulders. Back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Then look up. Right foot forward, followed by left foot. Halfway up on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side. Reach up. Hands to the heart. That grunt from that step up is, you have to utilize some core to get that foot from the back and down dog to the top of your mat. So think about that. Every time you step up to dog, you're working some core stuff. We're going to revisit our chair pose. A little bit of space between the feet though this time, so maybe about a fist distance. Bend the knees, sink the hips. This time you're going to bring your hands to your hips. Now you're going to shift weight into that right foot. We're going to step that left foot back about 3.5 feet to land into Warrior 1. Now this time in that Warrior 1, we're going to hinge slightly forward, about 30-40%. Draw that right hip back, that left hip forward. Interlace your hands behind you. So it's kind of like you're hovering above this right leg. It's going to help you to work a little bit of core. 2 more breaths. Then we'll bring the torso up. Hands back to your hips. Keep the lunge on this right leg. Step back up into chair pose. Full breath in. Full breath out. Weight into that left foot. Step that right foot back about 3.5 feet. Square those hips. Hinge forward. Interlace your hands. Reach that fist back so you're hovering over this right leg. If you really draw those shoulder blades onto your back and curl that tailbone under, you'll feel that in that core area. Hands to your hips, torso up, step back up to chair pose, stand up on the inhale, exhale. We're going to do that again with Warrior 2 and a couple of other poses. And let's change positions here for you. A little bit of space between your feet. Sit down into that chair pose. Weight into that right foot. Left foot's going to go about 4 feet back this time, and we'll peel open into that Warrior 2. It's okay to wiggle your feet around to find that position for you. New pose. Straighten that right leg. Reach forward with your right hand. Right hand coming down, left hand coming up for Trikonasana triangle pose. So the part that the core plays in this is that we don't want to kind of crescent roll our way over that right leg. We want to keep the spine long, and it's almost like you're letting this bottom rib cage be parallel with this bottom leg. And we're going to bring the torso back up, hands to the hips, lunge back into that Warrior 2, pivot onto the ball of that back foot, step up to chair pose. Good. Now weight into that left foot. Right foot's going to step back about 4 feet. Open into Warrior 2. Shoulders down from those ears. Then we're going to straighten that left leg. Reach forward with that left hand coming down, right hand coming up. So again, think about not turning yourself into like a croissant here, but a breadstick. It's probably not proper to make carb references in a core practice, but oh well. Carbs are life. Good. And we're going to bring the torso back up into that Warrior 2. Hands on your hips. Pivot onto the ball of that back foot. Step up to chair pose. Inhale, stand up. Exhale. We're going to do that one more time. This time we're going to go into a balanced pose of Warrior 3. And you can either keep your hands on your hips or you can interlace these hands behind you. So bend the knees, sink those hips down. You're going to hinge forward about 30-40%. Draw that belly in and up. So curl under that tailbone a little bit. Shift weight into your right foot. Pick up that left heel towards your left glute. And then see how much you can straighten both legs. Your left hip will probably want to tip up. Keep trying to have it square to your mat. Keep breathing. It's the ankles, the knees, the hips, the belly, all working to have you not fall over in this pose. Bend that right knee, left foot next to the right foot, chair pose. Full breath in, full breath out. If you interlace the hands, switch up that grip. Weight over to that left foot. Right heel to right glute. Let's morph that into Warrior 3. Again, keep squaring that right hip. It'll want to kind of cock open. Good. Let's do 2 more breaths. Then bend that left knee, right foot next to the left foot. Full chair pose, inhale. Exhale, fold over the legs as they straighten. Halfway up on that inhale. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, take it back your way. Now your vinyasa, belly to cobra or chaturanga, up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Now the next few moments have the potential to be unpleasant. Rock forward into plank pose. Draw your shoulder blades onto your back. Look slightly forward. Draw your belly in. And breathe. And then really nothing else is going to happen. We're just going to hold this. Just for about 5 more seconds. Then we're going to come down to forearms, elbows. Palms together or fingers interlaced. You can tell it's hard because I'm shaking and I'm shutting up. Then we're going to walk the feet about 3-4 steps closer to us to dolphin pose. And then in the words of the great Missy Elliott, we're going to reverse it. Walk back into that low plank. Then back up into that high plank. And then come forward into up dog. Oh. And then back to down dog. Ooh, told you. Unpleasant potential. Then let's come down onto our knees. Walk them forward a few steps. You can either cross your ankles or swing the legs over. We're going to make our way down onto our back. We're going to do a few crunches, then a bridge pose, and then a nice little twist. So feet on the floor, roll down. You're going to bring your hands behind your head. Try not to interlace because that will tempt you into kind of like jerking the head up. Roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale. On the exhale, draw that belly in and up. You'll feel your low back kind of press into the floor a little bit. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale. On that next exhale, we'll lift head and shoulders up. 5 of those. Inhale down. Exhale up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then hold up. Then you're going to walk your feet out about 2 feet or so and see if you can extend the legs and let them hover about a good 2 feet off the floor. And then we're going to go into 10 bicycles. Doesn't matter which knee you draw in or which elbow. Inhale brings you to the center. Exhale takes you into the twist. Halfway. One more. Then hug those knees into the chest. Oh, let's bring those feet to the floor. We're going to do bridge pose again. We're just going to do it one time. Brush your heels, hands alongside you. Inhale. On that exhale, lift those hips up. Walk the shoulder blades towards you. If you're going for that interlace of the hands, do that here. Ground on the inhale. Press up on the exhale. Three more breaths. And we'll release the hands. Come down vertebrae by vertebrae. Big breath in. Big open mouth exhale. We're going to do kind of a bonus little core move here. Or sorry, hip move. Draw your right knee towards you. Take a hold of your right foot. A little half happy baby pose here. Rock a little bit side to side. Now, if this is a lot, just stay here. Otherwise, take that right hand, or sorry, that right foot into your left hand, your right hand around that right knee. Draw your chest up towards the shin, then extend that left leg about a foot off the floor. It's a little bit of core, it's a little bit of IT band. You're welcome. Then let's bring it all back. Give that right knee a hug. Let's take it to the other side. Left foot. So a little half happy baby moment there. Again, a little bit of rocking side to side, especially if one hip tends to be crankier than the other. So left foot into right hand, left knee into left hand. Lift up the chest, extend that right leg. Three more breaths. Oh, I love this in that hip. And then we're going to come down, hug both knees in. Maybe go for full-on happy baby pose. And we're going to bring the ankles and the knees together, arms into a little goal post. Drop your knees over to the left. Give yourself a little twist here. And back to the center. Knees over to the right. And back to the center. Give the knees one more hug. And bring your feet to the floor. Your hands onto that belly. We're going to do sort of a progressive breath work. So inhale to the count of 4. Hold for 4. Exhale to 4. It's all belly breath. Inhale to 5. Hold for 5. Exhale for 5. Inhale to 6. Hold for 6. Exhale for 6. Let's try for 7. Inhale to 7. Hold for 7. Exhale for 7. Then big breath, belly into the chest. Open the mouth, sigh the breath out. Extend out your arms and your legs. Let your eyes close. So the core is sort of our center of being. It's where everything kind of stems from. Let your breath just gently raise and lower the belly. If you can stay here for another 3 to 5 minutes, I invite you to do that. Otherwise, thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.